Welcome to another edition of Damn TV with Damn Sam. How you doing? Damn Sam here at cloudy Sheffield today in the midst of the coronavirus. We're still soldiering on and doing his job, sorting out all damp properties around South Yorkshire. So this latest job, I ain't had a minute today because the apprentice is at college, so I went to sort of crack on and get all this done. When I'm looking on my own, I like to listen to the radio anyway, so I ain't had time to do any videos out. But I've stuck all boards on, and I've got one board to do, and we'll show you that I'll sort of stick this one on. And what's happened in this property is these are external walls. On outside, well, it's a traditional built, I'd like to say it's a terrace. It's an end terrace, traditional built end terrace. So before 2019, as Historic England like to have that figure as a starting point for traditional buildings. We all know that some have been built after. But so there's solid built walls built from headers and stretcher bricks. And this has got a dense render on outside, and it looks like they've done about 4 houses. So they've rendered it, and it just looks like they've gone like that with the fingers in it. Not my cup of tea, and it's not woman who owns the house's cup of tea. But because it's a sand and cement render, I think it's a strong mix. I don't think they've got much option because they try and take it off, it'll pulp face at brick off. But what it's doing is the cold thermal bridging. So when it's cold outside, when it rains, wind blows, outside the property is cold, and because it's a solid wall, then inside walls become cold as well. So if it's not adequately ventilated inside, or if there's high humidity, like in condensation season, which is end of September through to back end of April, then you start getting black mould, which you've seen in your properties, haven't you? Black mould forming up wall, paint peeling off, shelling, dusting, and you don't know what problem is, but it's because it's thermal bridging. And you'll tend to find that it's in like if you get a road cone, you turn it upside down, and you have and it splays out in corners. So if you look for that shape in corners of black mould, or even a wet patch in shape of a cone, in corner of room going up, and from top of room coming down, then it's an internal problem. And lots of people make the mistake of thinking it's coming from outside, penetrating damp. Wet patches, I see it on chimney breasts as well at top. I think chimneys leaking, spend a fortune on roofers when it's salts that are absorbing moisture from inside property. Now, there's different systems what you can put on walls to sort this out. It's basically we need to warm surface at wall up, and we need to sort ventilation out in property, which is we get more adequate ventilation in and a bit more heat. But this property has got had a source of moisture in basement, and that was part of the problem as well. So the second part of our job is to put a drainage system in cellar, and a sump and a pump. Now, this is a funny story about it, but I'll come to that later on. So I'm going to crack on with this and just show you what I've been doing all day. These are 27mm thermaline plasterboards, and they're as expensive as gold per ounce. So they're quite expensive, but they do a job. And I'm fixing them on with acrylic, a bit like express system that we use with plasterboards. So I'm going to fit them on with acrylic. So it's going to leave a slight gap, only a few mils behind here when we put it on. And people get worried about interstitial condensation, but what's going to happen here? I mean, what water vapour as a gas will still go through fabric, and it might hit that cold render on its way through property, but we're going to deal with problem inside, so we're going to have more adequate ventilation inside, so it's not going to, we'll not have that issue. Because there's a small gap, it allows air to run up and down back of that, so that warm air will it'll evaporate in that warm air, any moisture that forms. So this is one of the best systems. You can't always get these thick plasterboards on wall. Now Safeguard's done a system where they've got a magnesium board. They've got a board that's got a magnesium on back, and that's quite thin. And I know that Glen Melder's got a system as well, called warm board, and that's thinner, and that would have probably been okay. But I've not tested it. They were going to send me some samples down and decided not to send me them. I ain't paying for it, but until I've tested them. So they never appeared, so I can't test them. It might have been okay for you. So we've ended up with this stuff, and I think Glen's is cheaper than this, but and it's thinner. So this is all I do. So we've got acrylic in here. So we're going to put some dots on here at spaces, like this. I've already cut out for plug. And I've put normal board on window reveals because it's not thick enough to get insulator board on. It's a bit too window, so I've stuck them on. And my theory is that this what I call acrylic, it's called dry grip. Well, that is holding it off a cold wall. And this is waterproof, but when it's set, it's like a rubber, and its thermal qualities are outstanding. So that's another reason why this system won't cold bridge, because the dry grip's holding it off the wall. You've only got certain dots for that thermal bridging to come across. You'll not get any cold spots on it. I've been doing it quite a while, and it's a good system. So I got here a bit late this morning. I got here about 10 o'clock. So I mean, stuff were already here, so I just got to get cutting board. And this is Instastick. I'm just filling some of these gaps. And before we skin it, I'll just slice it off tomorrow. that's it. All sorted. It's an empty house coming in. Carpets are coming up. So there'll be all new flooring put in. I'll just show you around. Oh, here we go. Now there's a button here. I don't know whether that is to flip it around or not. No, I don't know what it's done. Right, so here we go. All this wall's all done. Oh, I'll just show you up there. So when I'm putting these bits on, these walls on, I put them on. I put a bit of foam on to help them stick quicker, so I can move on to the next one. So when I do that, I always prop them. So I put bags of plaster there, and then put prop against them from low level. But if you look up there, I just screw a bat into the ceiling, and then I prop off that for top bit. But these smaller top ones, you can just put on with acrylic. You don't have to put foam on. But with them ones, I wanted to move on to the next. one, so I put a bit of foam on. So it takes 5-10 minutes to set. Then you can take props down. So that's in here. Tomorrow we'll fetch beads and get it beaded up and get it skimmed. So there's this wall as well. Moulded corner or treated. So a bit of mould on things. So I treated it with use sovereigns. Sovereigns one because I've got like quite a few packs of it. So all the way to the top. You can get longer screws for plug sockets. That'll be sliced off, scrimmed up, and then skimmed. Warm the wall for her. That is going to have Sure-Therm on it, so it'll be painted with Sure-Therm. It's that anti-condensation paint, but worst area one here, so condensation will form on there, and I think it will go onto here as well. So that's upstairs. It might as well look at me up way down. Bit of eye candy on way down. So again, what happened here was you got some bit of bridging issues on this wall, but again it's a cold wall, so took this off, so at the bottom out, and then we put that system, which is going to be a lot warmer, and then alcoves, which is external walls again. Somebody had stuck that side on with drywall adhesive. We were only going to be doing this one, and the lady whose house it is, she wanted to, she found this fireplace when she started knocking into it, so she decided she wanted that, and she's on about having it all cleaned up and then sorted out. So when we got here, she'd started knocking it off the same way, and hammer and nicker, and it was sand and cement underneath and some browning. So you can imagine she'd ripped beads off to about halfway, and she'd just been struggling with it. So I just said to the apprentice, whip it all off for her. It's going to be a nice surprise for her when she comes in, because she doesn't know we've been today. And she's going to come in and she's going to see it all done and skimmed up. That all exposed, ready to go. So it's going to be one less job for her. So it'll be a nice surprise for her. So that's this room. And then we've got all stuff here for cellar. Problem that they've got, we've done a bit of drilling down there, down at the bottom. It was a rental property, this, and when it was a woman's house before, when she lived in it, she didn't have any problems, but then when they had a rental, for some reason, they got issues now. When I came down here, all this wool had got water in it, so you've got a source of moisture. Now it's drying out. But when we had them floods and when we had all that rain, you got issues with source of moisture, which were evaporating, going up through the house. So that was part of the problem as well, and condensing on cold walls. So this is why we're going to sort this problem out down here as well. Through joists want isolating, and we're going to put a decent fan in here just to get rid of moisture. She's eventually going to have this converted so she can have some storage in it, but she's on a bit of a budget at the minute. But the issue that we're going to talk about was that I'm going downstairs all day from my knees. She had the company that she got for to let this out. She wanted to find out why it were, why she got this issue with black mould and stuff. So she decided to have the company got a company in from Sheffield to do a report, and she paid quite a bit of money for it, not as much as our reports, but not far off. And I've seen it, 7 pages. Person that did it weren't qualified, and they called it a report, 7 pages. Front page had house on, no information, just address. Back page didn't have out on, so that cut it down to 5 pages. And then most of that were just infill. And if you saw a drawing that they'd done, it was ridiculous. Like I said, the guy who did it, no qualifications, formal qualifications in any damp sort of stuff. And this guy puts videos on YouTube, classes himself as a bit of a damp expert. Now, I'm not going to say who it is like, but I've seen a few of his jobs, and they leave a lot to be desired, put it that way, leave a lot to be desired. I've commented on a few of his videos, and he don't like it, but he needs to go and get some training done. And there's a supplier, a company that's signing his jobs off, and it's ridiculous. But that's damp industry for you. Now, so this is going to get all skimmed, and then we're going to get cellar sorted out, and then woman's going to be. Point I was going to make was that she'd seen videos online, so she'd seen videos that we'd done, and she'd done her own research. So once she saw this guy's report, alarm bells rung a bit. So she went online, and then she must have found videos that I've done in past. I've done them on reports, I've done them on condensation, I've done them on drainage, and she told me she sat and watched them all for a weekend. So I don't know whether she's an expert on damp sand or what, but she's extremely thorough in when she does a job. She's got a good job, and she's a team leader, and you can see that. Any work that she's going to have done, she's going to do research on it. So she found us on YouTube, on Damp Channel, and that's how we got a job. And we get a lot of inquiries through our channel, because hopefully they can see we know what we're doing. And I get a lot of comments saying I'm genuine. So thanks for comments that I'm genuine. You're not wrong, I am. Honest guy. Well, now I'm honest anyway. So, right, so I'll sign off on that note, and we'll keep you posted on this job. I'm going to show you a few, as we're doing it, when we start selling next week, I'm going to show you what we're doing down there. Because basically we're going to just put drainage in and then put a fan in for now until she gets funds to convert it. So, everybody take care, do as what government's telling you to do, and isolate. I know it's hard, but you're going to have to do it for good of the nation. So instead of, it's killing me having no football. It's like, you know what I mean, I don't mind stopping at one, but if there's some football on, I'd be able to watch that. But nah, I must have talked to Mel. Right, that's Dan Sam signing off. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Please share it with somebody who's got damp issues. And let's get subscriber numbers up, please. Let's help people with damp problems. See you later. Bye. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're all staying safe, keeping away from people, 2 metre distances and all that. Still working it all dry. Empty property though, so it's ideal for us. Right, I showed you this video last week of us sorting walls up and putting some insulation on cold thermal bridging on walls upstairs and skimming it. So this week we're starting cellar. So this is where it source of moisture. So if you look in here, we've just started. So we've got a cold shelf here, what we've just took down. Took all bricks out. They're all going in here, and that's going to get blocked up. So what's been happening is when we had floods, water's been coming in, and they must have had an issue in here for years, because if you look, they've got your brick on edge, which we're just taking out here, which is original flooring. So they just put brick on edge, water used to come in and it would just drain away. Excuse me a minute. Yeah. But somebody's obviously, they've had an issue, so they decided to put some kind of screed in. It's really thin here and it's thicker over this way. I don't know why. Maybe water came in that corner and they've put it here. So what were happening then is when water came in, it were, because it's so uneven, this floor, water were running down there and pooling, and it were running down there and pooling. So they even had to put these things of insulation on floor to walk on, because it was that deep in places. We're going to put a drainage system in, a double sump and a pump in an alarm. We're going to put a centrifugal fan in, so it'll pull air out of thing. I mean, they've got air vents in, so there's an air vent in there, an air vent in there, an air vent in there. We'll stick a centrifugal fan in as well. So there's plenty of ventilation down here. What we're going to show you is, obviously, we were isolating some joists, which were these. They've had some work done on joists, and somebody's wrapped them in membrane, which you're not supposed to do, because once you wrap them in a membrane, it creates a little environment inside where condensation can form inside and air can't get around it. And what we've done is this lintel that went over where air bricks are, and it's just rotten through. So I'm going to get a concrete, that's going to go in skip. I'm going to get a concrete lintel and just put that in, pack it up with, pack joists up with plastic wedges and leave a gap around there just for air to flow. I'm going to put some liquid DPM on them as well. There's a joist in this corner we've opened up. I'm going to isolate that as well. I think there's a couple on that side. So this is his job for week. I'm hoping I'm going to get it done in a week. So we'll keep popping back and showing you. But and we've put this cold slab on here. It's probably, I think it's about 1.40 metre by about 2 foot. So now we're at here, I can mix my imperial and metric measurements. So we don't want to be cutting that while we're down here, because once you cut it, it takes ages for dust to settle. So before we gut and eat, I'm going to cut it straight down the middle, and then we'll go, and that'll allow dust to settle for morning, and then we can take it out in 2 pieces. But what is it, about 100 quid's worth there. 50 quid a slab once we've cut it down the middle. But she's got York stone flags outside, so she's keeping it instead of me taking it. And that's about it. When we put drainage system in, I'm going to go along that wall. I'm going to come across front pillars, down this wall, a branch off into there, down that wall. And I've been contemplating just popping a branch in. Well, I'm not going to do. If any water comes up in there, it'll come through wall floor angle. If I put a drain across there, it'll drop into the drain. So you've got these steps, you see, outside there. So when it's been raining, water has been coming in. They're not sealed properly. So we just says we'll block it up. And condensation has been forming on cold stone steps, because we've got thermal bridges. It's cold outside, cold inside as well. So James has just gone for a sarnie for us. So I thought on a Monday morning, what better thing to do while you sat self-isolating at home is just watch somebody working. So I'll keep you posted on this, and hopefully watching us grafting and sweating, it'll give you that satisfaction you need for watching somebody work, because it is quite therapeutic, even though I do say so myself. So that's Damp Sam in a wet cellar in middle of coronavirus, hoping everybody stays safe. So share the video, subscribe, because I'll be doing a few more. And it might be a damp issue you've got in your house. Have a look back at other videos, because there's probably I've covered most of the damp issues you've got in your properties. So have a look at other ones, and I'll see you on the next bit. See you later. Hello again from Sheffield, I'm Sam here. Other video you'll have seen this cellar before it were all, before we took all bricks out. So this is what it's like now. It's 2 o'clock. We just had before we had a break light, we just took all bricks and everything up, just so I can get some kind of level floor. It were up and down that floor, and we having screed, put a screed, sort of more that end and more that end, like falling down to this end, and somehow water were getting in. Now I might have found out why. So if you can see down there, there's a drain pipe running all the way down here. And then as it gets to, you see it there, as it gets to that bit down there, it's been blocked up here, this pipe, and this has been cut off here, and it looks like it's been moved. Now I've had an issue like that before in a terraced house, and what tended to happen was, in old days, there'd have probably been a gully in that corner, some kind of gully that went outwards and then went upwards, and it would have fed alt row. And it could be the fact that goes to a storm drain, or it goes to a drain outside somewhere.
it'll go through all row. It's terraced houses all the way up and down to the bottom, and we're on an hill. So what I think might be happening is water's probably running from top, still coming down, and it's probably coming out of there somehow when there's a lot of rain. So we're gonna have to sort of maybe do something with that. I mean, ideally you'd block it up, but it's been blocked up at that end. I mean, it could just be ground mat. I mean, it's wet in that corner, but I think when cellar flooded earlier on in the year, with this being screeded over, I think water's just got underneath screed and not been able to go anywhere or something like that. It's not wet down here, but it's wet over there, but it's more clay over there. Down here, it's what Brick on Edge was sat on. It's like an ash, like a sort of ash type of, like a crush, like something that's been crushed, black ash I call it. And they've laid Brick on Edge on that. Luckily, woman's let us put all stuff in here. So we've thrown all bricks in there. It's crudely bricked up there, but I'm going to block it up when I get some concrete blocks. I'm going to block it up all the way to the top, and then perimeter drain is going to go right edge. That's where I'm going to put drain. I'm going to put some pit there. It's lowest corner. So what we'll probably do is, I mean, if water does come in and aqua drains in, it won't really matter because water will go into some and then it'll get pumped out. So that might be issue. Other thing is, if she's going to have it converted, this has got to be dug down. So we're going to put this drain in temporary, and I'm going to put a membrane over the top of it. It's not going to be cavity drainage membrane, but it's just going to be a membrane, so you've got no moisture evaporating up, so it's all kept underneath. And then any water that comes in is going to go into things. So then she can put some timber down for temporary, some flooring or whatever to walk on and to store things. And then when she gets funds to finish it off, we can talk about what's needed in this bit. Fan's going to go up there somewhere. Going to have it core-drilled through the wall and fitted in, and pipe work up there. So that's the job for today. Like, last job is going to be cutting this. We've got it off of here. And it were heavy, I'll tell you. It were heavy. I don't know how they got it into. Well, I do know how they got it into the cellar, because they put them in as they're building them. So when they built basement bit, it'll have been lowered in and built in. So if you see them that's massive inside cellars and you wonder how they get them in, well, they did them when they were building them. So that's me, Damp Sam, signing off, and I'll keep you posted with what we do. Have a happy Monday. Morning from Sheffield, Damp Sam here in my rubbers, and I'm not in an S&M type porno film. We're doing a basement, so sorry to get your hopes up there. Same house that we've been working on, and I did other videos from. We're digging out to put sump pump in. So yesterday we took up Brick on Edge floor. It's all in here. And I'm going to be blocking that up when we've finished. So just a few things about this. So I'm just going to show you how you dig out for a sump pump. So the chamber's quite big, so it's 1 metre by 1 metre trench, and you go down in stages. So we've dug down here, then I'll dig this bit of trench, which is a bit deeper, and then I'm going to nibble it off. Same depth all the way along with grafter till it's all that depth, and then we'll start again. Another little hole all the way down. So I'm trying to position this earlier on and to get it so you can see where I'm going to be digging. Right, so I'm just going to show you how to do it a bit. Oh, you can't really see it, can you? Like that back there. No. I don't think I can even edit this at all. About that. It's a bit muddy, you see, it's not sticking in mud. Oh, my ears. I'll get it in a minute. Oh, I don't know. How can we do this? About here. That's it. So, nibble it a bit at a time with this. So, prod and turn, and we're just shaving a bit off down to the same depth all the way up. And the thing is, with these cellars, you're sweating these cellars. It's a bit at a time, up and a bit at a time up. And then what we'll do is, every so often, get a big shovel in and just shovel these off into the bucket, and then bucket upstairs into the skip. It's not rocket science, but it works. What I want to show you as well is this. I'll sit down after 5 minutes. So this is wall, and this is footing, what they used in olden days. So it's a brick on edge, sat on top of clay under there. Now, when you do a basement, you have to always dig test holes, and what you're measuring for is bottom at brick up to underside at joist. Now, building regs says that minimum height for a basement conversion is 2 meters. When you get to the bottom at stairs, it's got to be 2 meters head height. So you measure, you dig your test hole, and if you've got clay, you measure your distance up, where you get your 2 meters, and that'll judge, and that's from your finished floor height. So then you work out how thick your flooring is going to be. So you're around about 100mm concrete slab, if that's thickness that it's going to be, or if it's going to be 150. So you've got your concrete slab, you've got insulation, whatever measurement the building regs says you've got to put in. You've got membrane at 20mm. You've got whatever floor finish on top of that, so you can have a screen on top of that, might be 75mm. You can have a floating floor, which would be 18mm or 22mm chipboard, or whatever finishes you're going to be, but you add them up and you take it off your height, and that'll tell you how far you've got to dig down, and how far you've got to reinstating for the cell pipe, and how far you can do reinstating. Now, if you've got to go down below here, I mean, this is a metre strip, so if you're doing underpinning, you're doing a metre strip, so So I'm alright for today. So I'll do this, I'll dig this out, and this is going to get concreted in. So this will be alright, we're not undermining foundations. But I've seen quite a few jobs where they've dug down and they've gone under footing, or they've gone straight down past footing at brick. Now, what they say is if you leave a 45-degree angle at earth, that should be alright to keep to carry stresses and forces front wall, a 45-degree angle, and that's what you work on. But it's a grey area, so basic rule of thumb, if you've got to go down lower than footings, then you're going to have to underpin wall. So that's just one tip for you. And unfortunately this basement is only going to have to be used for storage, because you're not going to get proper head height unless you're going to underpin it all, which is going to be, for a 4x4 room, it's going to cost a fortune. And it's all walls, so party wall is just onto clay. These two walls, supporting walls, are on a brick footing. So decisions to be made. I think once drainage is in, it's going to be a question of putting a membrane down and then putting a slab of it top, and then just having it as a dry space for storage, which initially that's what they wanted. But there's not going to be a source of moisture which will affect the rest of the house, so it's going to work in a way. So I hope you've learnt something, and like I said, it's not all surveying, there's a bit of labouring, and that's why it's a bespoke job. So that's Dan Sam signing off. I hope you're all safe and stuck at home, making sure you're not going out and that, because unless you're a key worker, just remember damp proofing is the 12th emergency service. So when you see us, buy us a cup of tea. Right, adios. Well, it's the end of the day, and we've got, I've dug it all out. And James has thrown it all in skip. Putting concrete in tomorrow, and we'll set it in place. We'll get pumps and that set up tomorrow as well. And we're going to put perimeter drainage channel around and then cut in. And then top it up, and then we're going to stick a membrane up at top of it, stop any moisture evaporating up into the house, and then they'll make a decision on what they want to do with floor. They'll probably have to just put a 100mm concrete screed up at top, or slab up at top, and then decide if they want to have walls done. So, but that'll, at least floor will be dry, drainage system will be in, they're not going to get standing water in. So, so that's today's job sorted out. Might see you up next time. Ta-da! So we're a few, an hour or so on, and I've rattled it on and bricked it up. So I ran out of blocks, so I had to make do with what we're in garden. A couple of bricks what come out of here, but it's going to get covered up with membrane eventually. So right, so we've cleaned it out. Ready for plumber tomorrow. So this is just a quicker pan round. Let's see it. Like I said before, get some pay gravel. I'm gonna have to top these up, and then there's gonna be membrane goes down. Membrane goes down on floor. and then there'll be decisions made at a later date, what they want to do. Like my recommendations will be just pour a slab straight in. We've got these jetting eyes, so system's maintainable. You've got your pumps in. It's just going to be restricted with height, so you've got 100mm screed to go on. Probably might be a bit deeper there. 100mm screed to go on, and then they can choose membrane on wall, some insulation, studded art boarded and skimmed, but it'll be dry. We're going to stick a fan in tomorrow. That's electricians coming to put a continuous running fan in that corner. But I mean, they've got there's plenty of air bricks in anyway. I'm going to leave air bricks in, also going to leave fan in. Recommendations for airflow in the cellar is just ridiculous. You'd need a window as big as that open for air to change. That's for regulations, and it's just not achievable. And that's in case somebody paints room. Once it's done out, if they paint room, there's a certain amount of time that you've got before them fumes go out of building, and without a massive window, it's not achievable. So you need some kind of mechanical ventilation that's like awesome, like an aircraft hangar. So that's a bit of grey area for basements, but yeah, we've cracked on. It's been quite hard work, you know, digging and all that sort of stuff. But it's nearly done now, and I'll be able to be off with like rest here, because we've had to get this in case, make sure the pump were in case any water comes in, and they get the source of moisture. So we wanted to get this drainage in before we had time off for coronavirus. So that's me now done. Well, after tomorrow, after the electrician's been and wired everything up. I'm just going to put a plug on this first pump, just make sure there's something working, get a test, and then just see how we go. So that's Damp Sam signing off. Hope you all stay safe. Please share and subscribe. Yeah, see you later. Hello, how are you doing? Happy Thursday. Hope you're all safe and well. Hope you're all keeping indoors and doing as government tells you. Got this job finished as far as what we can go for today and for this week and until further notice. So what we've done is we've took old floor up, put a drainage system in all the way around, installed installed a sump and double pump, put it up, put them on plugs for now. What we've got to do next is, when lady decides what she's going to do, is to pump some a screed in, 100mm screed, so she's got a floor on top of this, and then she can store items. What she'll do then is she'll decide on when they get funds is put in a membrane system on walls and then re-plastering. Like I said, they've been restricted with head height, but all they're wanting to do is some storage down here, some dry storage. So we've just fitted fan, continuous running fan. When they do decide to have further works done, these will have to be altered. We've got a pump, alarm, battery backup, and it's up there, top of the stairs, waiting to be fitted. But we're going to have to set and fix that because battery backup's that heavy. When they come to screed it, I mean mess about moving it and that. We've done it on another job and it's just not worth it. So there's no in here that's going to get spoiled if electric trips and pump don't work. But to be fair, there's no water coming at this minute. So we've put water in to test pumps, but there's no water coming in at the minute. I think what it is when there's mega heavy rainfall, there's a bit comes in. So we've dug channels fairly deep down, so they'll fill up first, and then once water gets into perimeter drainage, drainage what we've put in, it'll run round and then empty into chamber once they're filled, and then pump will kick in and take it outside. So it's been not a bad job, but under trying circumstances, because we're under coronavirus sanctions. So luckily we've had to keep working. No apprentice. So what we've asked the apprentice what he wanted to do. He could either keep working, or if he didn't feel comfortable, he can sit at home and wait it out. And he's chose to do that. But we're still available for work. I'm still available. It looks like I'll be doing surveys and reports. I've got a couple to do next week. Surveys, damp timber reports. So that's it. I think till next video. It might be a while, but I'll have to put some of my old ones up. So from all dry damp proofing, I hope everything's going to go okay for you. You're going to get through it all right without it costing you a lot of money. Watch a few other videos and check your house for damp and see if there's out on videos. All right, take care. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching another edition of Damn TV with Dan Sam. Please subscribe and please like the channel.